Howdy, howdy, all you cool cats and kittens. Welcome back to Stardew Valley Tools Aren't Real Edition. I'm Jared, he's Berkeley, and we're here beating Stardew Valley without tools. It's been a couple weeks since we streamed last, but it's nice to be back.
Yeah. How is everyone? How are your holidays? It's 2023. Welcome to the year. Let me be the very first to welcome you to a new year. I'm sure no one else has done that.
Yeah, or you were probably alone on New Year's, so
Yeah. I mean, I sure was. I assume everyone was, right?
everyone's life is exactly like mine, right?
Yeah. I'm lying. I was not alone on New Year's, and I'm sure you weren't either.
I,
But
I was not.
Happy New Year anyway.
Probably happier since you had people with you. But if you didn't,
Yeah.
that's welcome. We're your people. So Berkeley, first stream of 2023. One of the things we've been struggling to get without tools is hardwood, and
Yeah.
uh, recently my family has taken up playing Stardew Valley a lot,
Mhm.
and so I was home for a couple of weeks over the vacation because as a college student I don't have to work when the semester's not in swing.
Love that for you.
Yeah, it's nice. And pretty much every day while I was home, my mom told me that I needed to go break back into the fairy woods and get some mahogany seeds. And she's right, of course, but that's the one cheat that we've had to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There were a couple others that we like talked about doing or thought about, but that's the only one we've done. So if you weren't here for that, we used a chair to get into the secret woods so that we could get a real reason for going back there was a wood skip, but mahogany seeds are a nice bonus as well. And we also grabbed some fiddlehead ferns while we were back there.
I don't
Um,
remember what fiddlehead ferns do. What's the deal with those?
they're just a forageable item that you need for the community center.
Okay.
Nothing super fancy. You can also get them in the Skull Cavern, but they're very, very rare there. That was a lot of rhyming right in a row. Didn't like that. Not a fan, to be honest, of that thing I just said. But yeah, it's hard to get fiddlehead friends anywhere else. Luckily, we only needed one, and we already got one. Lewis caught Jared digging through the trash. Well, I don't care what Lewis
Now he
thinks.
must die.
Oh, oh. Now that is a mod I would get.
Oh, I saw a I shouldn't have said this because now I'm forgetting the key details that make this interesting. But I saw something today, a thread on Reddit, talking about making video games into movies with the budget of the Avatar, Blue People Avatar series, James Cameron's
Mhm.
Avatar. And one of the comments on that thread was turning Stardew Valley into a movie and talking about Pierre's um, shady business deals slash crime question mark.
That would be such a weird thing to focus on in this rich, rich world of Pelican Town. But sure, okay.
And it made me think, well, I don't know if I love Pierre. He seems like kind of a pushover, or I don't know, just kind of a weird guy, but not necessarily a criminal. So there's no foundation in canon for that, right?
Yeah, the main thing that people complain about with Pierre is he's got a few like mildly misogynistic lines, which obviously not great. Uh, and then also if you sell, so you can sell your fish to Willie and you can sell your produce to Pierre, and both of them will resell it to other townspeople.
Hmm.
Willie will give you full credit. So people will say, "Oh, I bought this trout from Willie, and he said it was from you. It was delicious. Thank you." Uh, if they buy it from Pierre, they'll say, "Wow, Pierre makes such good crops, and he told me that himself." And so, I think that's the
Uh,
shady business deal is taking credit for your hard produced produce.
he's mini Jojo Mart.
He's Min Jojimart, sure, yeah.
Well,
I think that's where that's coming from.
it's kind of weird to me that Willie would be so humble, but I guess that's cool. Thanks, Willie.
I feel like that's in his nature, from what we know of him.
I don't I don't know. Do I know of him anything? I'm not sure that I know anything about him except that his hat looks like a deflated football.
Oh, I love that hat. Okay, we might just have to have different opinions on Willie.
I don't.
So we were talking about the secret woods. Should
Ah,
I
yes.
should I go?
Yeah, let me accompany you. This will be the second time that we've been there.
Okay. I was rewatching the last stream and I realized that I pulled you out of the mines at a really inopportune time. You had just gotten to a great place, and then I asked you to leave without realizing what a great place you were in. If I ever say, "Hey, let's do a thing," and you're in the mines, feel free to say, "Hold your horses, cowboy. Cool your jets, cowboy."
Well, if it's cowboy time, certainly you wouldn't have jets. But how do I
Hello
get
out,
to the
cowboy.
how do I get to the woods from here? I'm a
I think
little.
you have to go around. I don't know if you can go through our farm.
Oh man,
That's been inaccessible for a while.
what kind of nature preserve are we running here? The kind that actually preserves nature? Gross. Side note, Berkeley, do you remember that that nature preserve that was kind of near where we live that had all those wood boardwalks and like
Yeah,
huge lily pads sometimes?
I love that place. I take my wife and daughter there as often as I can.
What is it called?
The nature park.
That is the name. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
I don't either. I mean, we used to run. I've been on field trips there. I've been running there. I've been there so many times, but I don't remember the name. All right, I have arrived. I have not
Wait.
arrived. I've gotten stuck on random trash. Now I have
So I
arrived.
realized the first time that we came into the secret woods, you couldn't actually see it because of where our video feed was, just
Oh yeah.
superimposed right over the place where we were. I don't know if there's any way to avoid that.
Not really.
Okay. Well, you all have to use your imagination.
You can't see that we cheated, but we did.
Yes, we'll tell you. We just you're not allowed to witness it. Maybe I'll take a screenshot and make it the thumbnail for this video on YouTube.
Okay, I can't blow up these stumps, right?
No. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Bombs cannot blow up stumps or logs on your farm or in the secret woods.
All right, should I be fishing here to try to get additional
We
treasure?
already got the wood skip, and that is the only thing that's unique to this specific body of water, so I think we're good.
Okay.
I cannot get through here. I don't know if there's a slime in my way or something else. Oh, maybe yeah, I don't know what's in the way. Okay.
Oh, it's kind of a S bend. You have to go right and then up, I think.
Oh, weird. Thanks.
Oh, nope, I'm stuck too. What?
What the heck? You definitely came
I came
from
through.
that way.
Yeah.
What? That is wild.
All right. Well, we'll resolve that later.
I did it.
What did you have to do?
I just fumbled around quite a
Oh,
bit.
so it's like real
Did you?
life then.
Yeah. Did you try fumbling around quite a little bit?
I
Did
I
Did
I
you press the fumble around quite a little bit button
I
on your
did.
controller?
I repeatedly pressed it.
Mm.
How do I? What is the sitting in the chair button?
I don't know. You're on a controller. I cannot help you. It's right click for me.
There we go. Okay. Do I have to break back in, or do we just check back another day?
We have to check back another day. I don't think the slimes respawn when you leave and re-enter.
Okay.
So, yeah, the reason that we're doing this, the first time that we cheated to get into the secret woods was because we needed a wood skip, and there's only two ways to get a wood skip. One is to go into the secret woods, and two is to pick the forest farm when you're creating your little world. Um, and we opted to do the slightly cheaty way. But now we're after mahogany seeds because we have collected five hardwood so far, and it's going to take about forever to get five more. And
Uh,
we don't want to do that, and we
yeah.
don't think you want us to do that. So
No.
we're after a mahogany seed. Hopefully, no one hates us for that. I feel like using the same cheat twice or multiple times isn't much worse than using it once. And if it means taking down Big Tool, that's just a sacrifice that I'm willing to make.
The ends justify the means. I will
Exactly.
do anything to destroy Big
Every
Tool.
time. Do we have cherry bombs?
I have 10 of them in my inventory. I
Okay.
believe that's all that exists right now. Would you
Could
like
I
some?
have two of them?
Yes.
Just toss them to me.
Let's
Sure, that will
see.
be safe.
Uh, how do I do this without blowing one up? I'm going to right click on you. That was not the right move.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe you've done this.
I'm going to
Okay,
left.
this works fine. I'm gonna put a little sprinkler there and plant around it.
I'm going to put two of them in this chest here so that you can get
Okay,
them without me accidentally causing more damage to our farm.
thank you. I only need one now, so there's still one in there if you want to get it back.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna go right there.
Moral of the story, children. Don't play with explosives. They are dangerous.
Oh man,
Oh,
I didn't.
by the way, Berkeley, to distract everybody from what's going on over there, I saw this thing on Reddit, which is the fountain of all Stardew Valley knowledge. Besides
Mm-hmm.
the wiki, I guess. It's the second fountain of all Stardew Valley knowledge about using the desert to grow trees because people don't walk around out there.
Oh yeah.
Are we?
Yeah, I don't think you can plant fruit trees there, but any other type of tree, so the mahogany trees, or if we need pine, maple, and oak trees, yeah,
Yeah.
you can plant them out there, which I think would be a great idea since we have a history of accidentally destroying our fledgling crops and trees.
So that's exciting. What day are we able to turn jade into staircases?
Sunday, we just
Sunday.
missed it.
Okay.
And Saturday is the day that we can turn spring seeds into winter seeds. So we should do that as well this coming Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, the reason we need winter seeds, if you are new to the stream or forgot because you don't think about this constantly like I do, is that for the winter foraging bundle, we need a snow yam, which you can only get by hoeing usually, and we can't use hoes because they're a tool and we hate tools. And so what we have to do instead is if you plant winter seeds, then they turn into the four winter forageable items, and they're just sitting on top of the ground. You don't need to hoe for them. So yeah, we're just after that snow yam. But of course, we won't be able to plant winter seeds until it's winter, or we get the what is it? The greenhouse. Okay, our peach tree wasn't able to grow.
I'm thinking it might be this one here that has a little acorn or something in the ground next to it.
That checks out. Except, I don't know which one is the peach tree.
I don't either. But
Do
regardless,
we need peaches? Let me check. I don't think we need peaches. I think that we should ignore that warning.
just like all warnings. Oh,
Yeah.
we do need peach for the artisan bundle. But there's a lot
Oh,
of other
I thought it.
ways. We could use apple, we could use truffle oil, or cloth, or goat cheese, or jelly.
So we already have an orange, and we need apples for the fodder bundle as well.
Okay.
So, um, Oh, and yeah, we've got goat cheese coming soon, so I think we're good.
We got options.
We got options. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go back down to the magical woods where all things pleasant and beautiful grow, and fight some slimes.
Hey, do you want to play a little game while you fight some
I
slimes?
would love to play a little game. Tell
All
me.
right. Time for another trivia game. So last time we streamed, we played some two reels and two reels and a fake. Called it basically two truths and a lie, with some Stardew Valley trivia. I was trying to get ready to do the same thing today, and I couldn't find any that fit neatly in a two reels and a fake format. So we're just gonna do some trivia questions. And yeah, they're going to be of varying formats. And if you're in the chat, feel free to give us your guesses as well. So first one actually is going to be two truths and a lie format. So I all my trivia today is about Stardew Valley speed runs. So this is where people either try to finish the community center as fast as possible, finish Jojamart as fast as possible. Some people do speed runs where they get to the bottom of the mines or get married as fast as they can. There's quite a few different speed runs you can do in this game. Um, but there are some things that you can do to help yourself on a speed run before the game even starts while you're making your character.
What?
Um, I'm going to list four of them. One of them is fake. So you can improve your chances of setting a record on a speed run by the gender that you pick, the pet that you pick, the clothes that you pick, and the name that you pick. Which one of those seems fake to you?
Um, I think it's got to be the name, because that's randomly generated, right? If you don't add one yourself, it's just a random name, right? So I don't know. Um, the pet doesn't really do anything, at least not that I know about. They just kind of like wander around and drink water, which, a lot of us do that. Berkeley, real quick segue. I'm stuck getting out the wrong direction out of this chair, and I don't know why.
I can't see you because of that problem that we talked about. So I can come around and try to look at you. That'll take a little while, but
If I put it on the other side of the log and then get in it, is that the ideal way?
so you need it to be on the other side, but
Okay,
whichever way you're going. So when you're going in, you need it on the left side. And when
that
you're
would
going out,
explain
you need
my
it on the right side.
problems. We're
Okay,
good now. All right.
cool.
So yeah, the pet doesn't really do that much. The name seems randomly generated, but the pet is an animal and could change things, I think. What were the other two options?
Gender and clothes.
Hmm. I haven't run into anything that mattered with the clothes so far. It's just been aesthetic. And I haven't played as a different character gender, so it's possible that it does make a difference. But from watching my mom play, it didn't really seem like that mattered too much. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna have to go with the 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 lie is the farm name because that one's completely random.
Hey, real quick, because this is time sensitive, Sinus Relief 99 in the chat pointed out that there's some bubbles in the pond if you want to go fish
Ah,
and get
yes.
cuckoo bucks.
Okay.
Thank you, Sinus Relief 99. I love your username. Okay, sorry, you said the name. So to clarify, I meant the farmer's name, not the farm's
Oh,
name,
okay.
if that changes your answer.
Um, well, it does make me ask a question. It's been so long since I made a new farmer. It's still randomly generated, right?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Not the
okay.
same way that the pets are. Could be
So
wrong.
that takes me back. If you remember, early 2000s video games, naming your character certain things could unlock different cheats throughout the game and could give you different things. So I could see that if the developer remembers that age of video games fondly, I could see them maybe emulating it. So that does change my answer somewhat.
Okay.
Um, but in what way? The animal still seems useless to me. So maybe the animal, maybe the pet.
Hey, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right. The correct answer was clothes do not help.
Oh,
So
really?
I'll go through the others and talk about how they could help. I picked a bad time to start fishing because now I have to look at two things at once. Um, yeah, Megan in the chat pointed said that you can't you do name your own you name yourself, you name the farm, and you name your pet. Yeah. Okay. So the gender, the way that that affects things is there's a landmark pretty early on in the game. Most people hit it in the first couple weeks in game, where if you are a male character, your mom sends you cookies in the mail, and if you're a female character, your dad sends you 500 gold in the mail.
Wow.
And the gold is generally considered more valuable than the cookies for most speedruns. So your gender can help. Your pet can help a tiny bit depending on the specific rules of the speedrun. So someone found out that the audio that plays when you, I don't know if it's when you pick the animal or when Marnie comes to actually give you the animal, but the dog barks and the cat meows, and the cat's meow is just like a tenth of a second shorter than the dog's bark. So if you're looking at the hundreds of milliseconds, you can shave off a tenth of a second by picking the cat.
That might be the dumbest speedrun I've ever heard. And yet, it is still technically true. So, congrats to whoever figured that one out.
And then the final one, this is only if you're willing to cheat on your speedrun or exploit glitches. I guess some people would consider that cheating and some people would not. We exploited a glitch today, so I shouldn't call that cheating probably. Um, but if you name your character in an item code, so each item in the game has a number associated with it. If you name your character an item code, then anytime someone says your character's name, you receive one of that item,
Oh, man.
which is just a very bizarre bug. With most bugs, I can kind of like figure out how they happened because I'm a programmer. That one, I have no idea. My best guess is that he put it there deliberately to help him while he was developing the game and then just
Yeah.
forgot to take it out or didn't think anyone would find it or just uh, chose to leave it because it's kind of fun.
So, as a somewhat programmer, so I'm an electrical engineering major and but power emphasis, so very much not focused on programming, but I did have to take several programming classes to get to where I am. And the number of times I've had to put weird stuff into my code to help me debug it, like printing off specific register values or whatever I'm trying to work on, that is not helpful at all to the end user. I had to do that all the time just to debug my code and make sure that it was functional. So I could see that being just a leftover that he forgot to take out or remembered was there and was just like, yeah, it's not worth removing.
Ain't no way anyone's gonna find this.
Well,
Well,
they found
Megan
it.
in the chat pointed out that you can also name your pet an item code and get the item when you first get that pet. You can do the same thing with animals that you buy from Marnie, so your cows and your goats and your sheep. But those ones, they each only happen once because their name only gets displayed one time.
Hmm.
With your name, you can get it multiple times.
So if you were to look at the pet once you had already got it, what would it show? Because you can, I guess that would happen through your friendship menu or something, right? Because you can set animals to be able to have kids or not, right?
Yeah, there's other ways to see your animal's name. I think the glitch only happens when another NPC says the name.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, But when you do see it, it just displays as the number. So I don't remember if you need to include brackets, but it's either like bracket 109 bracket or just 109. Like their name still displays normally. It's just you also get an item.
I would like to do that, but with the item that gives you more energy and health.
Mm.
That would be very useful.
Food?
The
That item?
what's the one that like increases it though permanently?
Oh, Star Drop.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that one counts as an item since you can't ever actually have it in your inventory, but if it does, that
Oh.
would be that would be fascinating. Okay, couple other trivia. So, if you're doing a marriage speed run, there's one bachelor or bachelorette that is commonly seen as the easiest to marry quickly. Do you have any guesses who? I know that's a really hard question. You've got a 1 in 12 chance of guessing randomly.
Um. Man. Well, a 1 in 12 is generous to me because you'd have to assume that I know who all the dateable characters are. um, I've heard that Maru is on the easier side because she just likes copper ore, which is fairly easy to obtain quickly.
Mm.
So I think that would be my first guess, but that, that might be my only guess as well because I don't really know what everybody else wants.
Mm.
So it's hard for me to gauge the difficulty. Um,
Got a guess for Haley in the chat. Good guess.
what would the argument there be?
I am not sure. Yeah, if you want to chime in with why you think Haley, I'd love to hear it.
Berkeley, I have a small magnet ring I've been carrying around. Do you need it?
Oh, nice. I have a normal magnet ring.
Okay. I will go
Uh,
sell it tomorrow.
Sinus has no argument, just guessing.
Okay.
Totally fair.
Yeah, that's fine. Thanks for guessing. It makes me feel less alone and also gives us more answers besides just Maru. So that's good. Um
So this, oh, go ahead.
well, uh, who's the one that lives by the lake?
Leah, yeah, that was gonna be my guess as well, because she likes a lot of easily obtained things, and even her loved gifts aren't super hard to get. But that is not what I saw. So from what I saw online, most people were in agreement that Shane is the one to go after.
Hmm.
So I believe he loves pizza and beer, which are both items you can buy from day one. So that's convenient. You don't have to like unlock things.
Yeah.
Um, Campbell says Penny because she's desperate to get out of her emotionally abusive mom's house.
Oh
But
wow.
Barma also says Penny. Those are good arguments that do not have game mechanics that go along with them, unfortunately.
That's some deep lore though. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, we could spend a whole session talking about Penny's sad life. Um, so the benefits with Shane, you can buy pizza and beer, which he loves, and then also his birthday comes relatively early in the year. It's in early spring, and so you've got a chance. I think if you give them a loved gift on their birthday, it counts as double, so that is a benefit. But then the downside of Shane is you're married to Shane, so
Tell
pick
me
your
tell me
poison.
more. Is Shane as basic as his name?
So the big problem with Shane, this is going to be a mild spoiler if you're in your first playthrough. Um, but Shane, with all the hard events, it seems like you're helping him with his alcoholism, and he becomes less alcoholic. But then when you marry him, he has beer cans all over his room, which is both ugly and discouraging, given your history with him.
Ah, that's tough.
So that's an issue with Shane. He's also just very rude to you until you get up to like 5 hearts with him. Just every time you talk to him, he says, "Why are you talking to me? I don't really want to talk to you. Don't you have anything better to do?"
Okay,
So,
relatable, but not
okay,
cool.
yeah. But Barma asks, which one is the psychedelic tea lover? Uh, I You might be talking about Emily. She has a psychedelic cutscene where she's dreaming and you appear in her dream. I believe Caroline is also a tea lover. She's not dateable though.
I got to see
Um,
that cutscene while I was at my family's house over the break,
oh, nice.
and boy, was it interesting.
Yeah, I love that one. Just unironically, I have full respect for Emily and her authenticity.
I just I thought the bird, like the parrot, I don't know. I'm not sure how they were related or if I was like dropping in two different things. But
Mm.
anyways, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah.
Scamble says that they want Krobus as a roommate, and Sinus says that would be Krobussin. Agree
Crow
on both fronts.
bussin'. That's awesome. Yeah, can you get Krobus as a roommate?
Yeah, yeah, he's the 13th person that you can have live with you, and it's platonic.
What's the what do they bring to the table in terms of items that they give you?
I have no idea if anyone has married or not married, because we just talked about how it's platonic. If anyone has platonically moved in with Krobus, let us know what you can get from them. Meanwhile, the last trivia I have is I just have some world records according to speedrun.com. So slightly different rules on each of these. But the first one, this is using no glitches, finishing the community center as fast as possible. And we're talking about real life time, not like in-game time. So it's going to be in the order of hours, not the order of years. Uh, so do you have any guesses? How fast can I'll even tell you the winner, the Haboo. How fast can the Haboo finish the community center without exploiting any glitches?
Oh man, without exploiting any glitches, I don't know. This game feels like a maybe a 20-hour game to finish the community center without glitches. That's probably a little long, but I'm slow and I like to
Okay,
take
how
my
do you feel
time.
about 10 times too long, Jared? Because the correct answer is 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 3 seconds.
Wow. That's impressive. Do you just go to sleep as soon as you've planted stuff?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of the strategy is only doing the bare minimum each day. I read that some people even will do the bare minimum
Relatable.
each season. Like you plant on the first day of the season, sleep until the end, and then harvest. Um, I, yeah, I was trying to find records for in-game time because I'm interested to see like, can you do it in year one? I know you can't do it in year one. Can you do it in fall? Can you do it in summer year one? But yeah, all these records were focused on real life time. So, or clock time, as the programmers would say. Okay, let's see. Krobus is the crow best. Love this. Krobus brings you great sewer smells. He gives you shower hair clumps and mold.
Hmm.
Wow, some Krobus hate in here. Um, Cyber Surfer says that they're almost 1,000 hours in and have like zero of the community center done.
Wow.
I bet you could have some of the community center done if you wanted
A
to.
thousand
Um,
hours. In-game hours or real life
oh,
hours?
sorry, 100 hours.
A
100
hundred
hours.
hours. Oh,
My
okay.
mistake. I added a zero there. Okay, so that was community center, no glitches. JojaMart, no glitches. How long do you think it took?
Oh, so you gotta have money, and
Yeah, and that's it. And no morals.
the
That's important as well.
easiest way to make money in this game that I've found without cheating is fishing.
Hmm.
So I would guess, I don't know, how much total money do you need? Can you tell me that?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Shoot, that would have been helpful.
I'm gonna guess that you could probably do it. I'm gonna guess it's gonna take longer, but I don't know
Okay.
how much longer. So what about what about we just double it? 4 hours.
How do you feel about 4 times too long? Because the correct answer is 58 minutes by
Really?
Lichiton.
What are you guys doing to get that much
58 minutes and
money?
38 seconds. I think the key there is that, like, to optimize for the community center, you have to optimize for like 100 different items. When you're doing the JojaMart speed run, you just have to optimize for money. That's all you have to think about. And so
Oh man,
it makes sense to me that it's less time. I was surprised by how much
you
less.
could go to sleep. Yeah, you could plant like a ton of potatoes on the first day. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep until they're ready, harvest them all, sell them all, reinvest all of that into potatoes, and rinse repeat until
Yeah.
you've finished. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
I
got to
see
be something
that.
like that. Fishing is really nice the first couple seasons, or if you don't have tools.
Yeah.
Um, But I think if you're optimizing for clock time instead of in-game time, I think what you just described is probably the winning strategy.
I forget about sleeping because we just have to use all of our time basically to try to make progress. But
I would push back on that. I think that if we wanted to optimize for real life time, we could be smarter about when we're sleeping
oh yeah,
because we do a lot of stuff that we don't really need to do just because it's kind of habit and we like chatting more than we like beating this game.
true. When we finish, what will we do with ourselves?
Just probably cancel the stream and just have a podcast instead. A Stardew Valley trivia podcast.
Stardew Valley
Okay.
mics aren't real edition.
Okay, I want to get through these. I've just got two more. Oh,
All
wait.
right.
Interesting fact about that. So, the community center, of the scores I looked at, most of the top ones for the community center were using 1.4, and all of the top ones for Joja Mart were using 1.5. So, there was some change in 1.5 that made it a little bit easier, or a little bit harder to finish the community center and a little bit easier to finish Joja Mart. Or that was just a crazy random chance that that happened that way. These last two are with exploiting glitches. Oh wait, sorry, I checked the chat. Spanish Leaf wants to ask if those are lizards. We've got lots of dinosaurs on our farm. We got a dinosaur egg early on and decided to just fill our farm with dinosaurs.
They're
Oh,
very
we've only
cool.
got three. That's not too many.
That's, I mean, that is a lot if it's
Three more than I have on my
dinosaurs.
real life farm.
Uh huh.
Okay, these last two speed runs are with exploiting glitches. So, exploiting glitches to finish the community center. How much time?
Ah, man. Well, if you name each of your animals a different thing and you start with something that has high dollar value so you can use it to buy more animals quickly, you
Mm.
could get a ton of items that way. So I'm going to guess like 15 minutes.
That is your best guess so far, but about two times too long because it is 8 minutes and 47 seconds by May, I think it's pronounced. And this was using 1.2, so quite a bit older, probably some glitches that we don't know about since I started playing in 1.4.
That's, you guys move so fast. You speedrunners, impressive. That's
Yeah.
not how I think or operate.
Hey, people are asking about our dinosaurs. There's a lot of curiosity about our dinosaurs. I'm sorry that I've not been watching the chat as faithfully today. We got chanting even for the dinos. So we spend a lot of time fishing, and we spent even more fishing in year one. And we just happened to get a treasure chest really early on that had a dinosaur egg in it. And so then we upgraded our coop until we got the incubator and put our first dinosaur egg in the incubator, which then gave us a little lizard dinosaur guy who started laying us eggs. And then we put two more of his eggs in the incubator, and now we have three dinosaur pets. So, the first time I played the game, I spent ages trying to get a dinosaur egg by killing Pepper Rexes in the Skull Cavern. And this playthrough, we just got one from a treasure chest. Science Relief says we could have made Dino Mayo. We do now that we've got three dinosaurs producing once a week each. Um, yeah, but took those first dinosaurs to make more dinosaurs.
So, what do you think Dino Mayo would taste like? Just like regular mayo, or would it have a more dinosaur-y flavor? And what would
I
that
try
be?
I try not to think about the science of mayo. I get really uncomfortable when I remember what it's made out of.
Oh man,
Um,
do you remember that teacher from our high school who was genuinely afraid of mayo?
yeah, that was funny at the time, but upsetting looking back at it as an adult.
Well, yeah.
'Cause now that I have empathy and stuff,
I just
like
found three hardwood.
what a weird phobia to have.
Sorry. Back to having empathy. Yeah, a lot of the kids were jerks about it and really messed with the teacher. But yeah, also, what a strange, yeah, to be deathly afraid of mayonnaise. You gotta wonder how that came about.
Yeah. Cyber Surfer says that the wiki actually describes dinosaur mayo, and I'm going to read it to you because I just had to read it with my eyes, and now I'm unhappy, and I think you should be too. Um, from the wiki, it's thick and creamy with a vivid green hue. It smells like grass and leather.
What?
Yuck.
What? Ah, no.
Yuck, right?
If it smells like grass and leather, it probably tastes super bitter.
Yeah.
Ah, I don't like it.
Oh, do we keep bait anywhere? We probably just. Oh yeah.
I've been
Right, that's
selling most of the bait I've found.
good. We haven't been using it. Okay, one last speedrun trivia. This is gonna run a little longer than I thought. Oh, Babarma points out better than void mail. That's true. I don't know what that would taste like. So, speedrun to end all speedruns. Exploiting glitches, Jojo Mart. You're not gonna get this right, but I want you to guess.
Are there any glitches that allow you to teleport throughout the game?
There is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you a hint on this one. So I think what they did, I watched the video and it was so fast I couldn't really catch it, but I think what they did is they named themselves the name that gets them the farm totem at the beginning of the game. So the very first thing they did was they were able to get out of bed and teleport to the beach. Did I say beach totem?
You
I
said
meant
farm
beach
totem.
Okay, I was wrong. I meant beach totem.
Okay. So they immediately go to the beach, and then what?
You gotta guess. You're not gonna get it right though.
I don't know, man. Do they break and enter into Willie's and rob his house? For
They don't do that.
Oh, does the beach? I gotta go down and look at the beach. I feel compelled to try to make my best guess yet, which is not
Okay.
gonna happen if it's happening so quickly that you didn't even see. Oh, I can't because today's a festival. Berkeley, your timing is perfect. How did you
Today's a
know?
festival. This is actually bad news because I need to buy more hay seeds. Guess I'll do that another time.
Um, man. Well,
Here's another
do I have to
hint.
guess what they did?
No,
Okay.
just a time, and you're not gonna get it right. So don't worry about thinking about it too hard. Here's another hint. They spent most of their time in cutscenes. That's how fast they were.
Oh man.
While you're thinking about that, Cyber Surfer has also posted the Void Mayo description in the wiki.
Get right
Come
up on the
on.
mic when you read this one. I want to hear the
Thick black paste that smells like burnt hair.
No. No.
Why does it smell like burnt hair?
So, weird conversation that I had recently. Somehow we were talking about like the smell of burning flesh. And that happens to be
Okay.
something that I'm accustomed to because working with soldering irons for 5 years, you burn yourself a
Oh, wait,
lot.
real fast. Do you want to go to the luau? We can get
Yes.
friendship points with lots of people. And I've
I
got a,
I'm
before
there.
you go in, I've got
Oh.
a gold star corn for you to put into the
Oh,
pot.
okay.
Thank you so much, Cyber Surfer, for those quotes from the wiki. That's fantastic and horrible and will haunt me forever. Okay, here is one gold star corn.
Thank you.
It's corn.
What would happen if I put a bomb in the pot?
I think it's limited to food items.
That is extremely disappointing.
Hey, what's your
All
guess,
right.
man? Oh wait, you were telling a story. Tell your
Oh,
story and then
no, it's
guess.
okay. I'll guess. My story was kind of gross. I guess 15 seconds.
That was your first guess. That was too long. It was less than 15 seconds of game time, but this specific site's rules don't let you skip cutscenes for some reason. And so with cutscenes, it came out to 48 seconds by Cake Builder.
48
So
seconds.
I watched the video. I can't tell what happened. They started with a beach totem. They teleported to the beach. They walked up into the town and they got the Jojo Mart cutscene, and that was it. That was the whole playthrough. So I assume that was using version 1.2. I assume that in that version, if you went to town before, like if you came from the beach to the town, then it just didn't like initialize the game state properly, and thought that you had beaten Jojo Mart. So I don't know if I would count that one because they only got the cutscene. They didn't actually ever go into Jojo Mart, but based on the rules of speedrun.com,
It
the record is
counts.
48 seconds.
Was it so there was a video that you watched, yeah?
Yeah.
Did it show the shop destroyed afterwards?
No, it ended with the cutscene.
Oh. Interesting. Well, good job, Cake Builder. You are too quick on the draw for me.
We're getting some advice in the chat. Put beer in the stew. Don't put stew in the beer. I
Yeah,
think it's too late for
that
that.
is great advice. I would much rather have a kind of a slightly yeasty flavor, hoppy flavor added to my stew than drink a chunky beer. Never had a beer, but I would imagine a chunky beer would be really bad.
Yeah, that sounds bad. That's what kombucha is, right? If you make it wrong.
Hmm.
Kombucha has some gross stages in the interim before it becomes drinkable.
You know somebody who does a lot of kombucha brewing, right?
Yeah, my brother did it recreationally and then professionally, and then not anymore at all.
So he stopped doing it recreationally as well.
Yeah, it was like a fun thing to learn how to do, but probably not something that you want to keep doing forever, I
Okay.
imagine. Okay, I'm ready to
All
kick
right.
this luau off if you are.
Yeah, why does the governor's head like twice the size of everyone else's head?
That's just a thing about rich, powerful men. Their faces get wider. Have you ever noticed that?
Have you seen that picture of Elon Musk from the side where he looks like a Cybertruck turned into a human being?
Yep.
Well, I guess it's true. All right. Well, how do I
Did I
do
say
this?
rich, wealthy men? I definitely meant rich, powerful men.
It's synonymous. All right.
Let's start a luau.
Eat it. Eat the food. Well, folks, it's time once again for the potluck ceremony. I trust that you all put high quality ingredients in the pot this year. We don't want the governor to regret his visit to the valley. Well, Governor, would you do the honor of tasting the soup? Of course, I've been looking forward to this all year. I highly doubt that.
Just in like a really passive way.
What happens if you put one of those mushrooms that's poisonous into the
You
stew?
probably lose friendship hearts with people.
I don't have much to say about this. It's an average soup. Wow. At least it made Mayor Lewis look bad.
Dang, the soup was just average, but otherwise the luau was a success. I don't know why they expect me to be excited about the rest of the luau.
Berkeley, you want to know some bad news?
Is it that I'm stuck at my house now?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got my chair, so I think I can get out of this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna check my mail while I'm here, since this is my only opportunity to do so.
That's a good idea.
We carved a way through, right? I think I can.
We did,
make
but I
it
think
now.
it might have regrown since then.
Oh yeah, looks like it. Dang, I cannot keep up with these weeds. Okay. This is not looking good. Maybe we should go to sleep and I can try again when it's light and I can see what I'm doing.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Nope. I'm through.
Oh, you
I
made
made
it.
it.
Okay. Good
Okay. Do you
job.
have time for one more day?
I do.
Okay, let's do it. Everyone
So
in the chat, time for one more day? You good for it? I
I
think they're good for it.
I found 3 hardwood in the mines.
Oh
So now
my
we
goodness.
we only need 2 more.
That's huge news.
I know we're so close.
I love that. How, when?
Uh
What?
when it was during the Mayo experience, I think.
Nice. Okay, well that's amazing. So for those who've been following along, that we need 10 hardwood to finish the community center. And the only source we've had for it so far is barrels and crates in the mines, which is it's hard to come by. And when you find the barrels and crates, there's a very low chance that they have hardwood. So finding 3, that is great success. I don't know why
Yeah.
I slept 4 out there.
Berkeley, you remember how we were supposed to go turn some seeds into other seeds?
Yeah,
When day was that?
Saturday.
Okay. So we still have time. That'll be next stream.
Yeah, next stream we'll do that, and then on Sunday we can go trade some jade for staircases.
Okay.
We just got our first goat milk, which means we can shortly get our first goat cheese, which means we can shortly finish the artisan bundle. Oh, we've
We
got more than enough to finish the artisan bundle. This
yeah.
is so silly.
So we've got peaches now too.
Yeah.
It kind of bothers me that the staircase sprite in my inventory is not the same as the staircase sprite on the
Yeah, and
actual
neither of them
ground.
look like a staircase.
Yeah. How did this happen? Concerned ape.
This staircase is shaped like a box until you use it, and then it's shaped like a ladder and a hole. It comes with a free hole.
I hate this. Please don't. No more. All right. Well, Berkeley, you told me that you had some writing thoughts.
Yeah, I talked about writing a while ago on the stream, and ran out of time to say all the many things I wanted to say. So I am an amateur writer. I write for fun, and I don't have like a particular ambition to get published or anything like that. And I think it's a great hobby to have, and I think probably a lot of people get curious about writing at some point in their lives. I know a lot of people that have like tried writing novels or stories at some point, and it's a hard thing to do, and I have learned a lot about how to do it, and would like to pass some of that on to anyone who's curious. And the number one thing that I've learned is like finding joy in the process and not becoming preoccupied with the results.
That is great
And
life advice also.
yeah, I agree. So that's something that I've experienced. And interestingly, as I thought about it, I thought of 4 different authors that I've heard that advice from. And I thought it was really interesting how they all thought about it in really different ways, but like their end lesson that they were teaching was basically the same. So I thought I could share those different ways that that lesson has been conveyed to me. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I'll start with my own thoughts about it. So, I just want to point out that I think this is true for possibly every single person on Earth, is that they're a better critic than they are a creator, and that's especially true with writing. I think everyone is able to like know what they like and be able to critique something better than they're able to write things. And that makes it really discouraging to start out writing because when you read things, you can read it and tell that it is not great. It's like you're never going to start out at the standards that you have for yourself. And the better you get at writing, the better you get at critiquing at the same time. So I think that probably the professional authors go through the same thing where it's hard to get the product to be as good as you imagine when you start. And that's just a really discouraging process. Um, so that's why it's so important to learn to like enjoy yourself along the way instead of only thinking about it as a means to an end. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. cool. This is something I've thought a lot about and not talked a lot about. So, yeah, just want to make sure that I'm phrasing it in a way that comes across. Okay, so that's my thoughts. And now the same thoughts from some famous authors that you've probably heard of. So first, I took a writing class from Brandon Sanderson, which I highly recommend. He puts all his lectures on YouTube, so you can, if you like Brandon Sanderson or you want to learn how to write, his lectures are on YouTube and they're fantastic. So a couple of things that he taught. First, he said that it would be silly if you saw someone playing basketball and you asked them when they were going to join the NBA. But he feels like this happens all the time with authors, where you find out that someone writes and you ask, "Oh, are you trying to publish something?"
Yeah.
And to him, that's like an analogous question. Um, but like he said, it sounds ridiculous when you ask it about the NBA, but that's just like the default question about writing. So he encouraged people to change their goal and change the way they talk about their goal, where you don't write for the sake of getting published, you write for the sake of writing, and maybe one day you'll be able to publish something.
Yeah,
So that's the number one.
that's if I might interject,
Yeah.
fascinating because it also the idea of writing and asking the question, "Oh, when are you going to publish it?" kind of implies that the only value of the writing is its commercial
Hmm.
value, or that you can't share it unless you have been published, which are
Yeah.
both false ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for pointing that part of it out. I totally agree. Another piece from Brandon Sanderson is that this is just like more on a practical or empirical level, I guess, that most authors that he's known, he said that they write about 10 books before they get any of them published. So that's just like if you're writing a novel for the first time, I just to reiterate, it's probably not a realistic or useful goal to try to get published. Um, if your goal is to finish a story, that is a much more realistic goal. And um, the best way to get the best way to write a good book is to write 10 books, not to like spend a lot of time perfecting one book, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it from Brandon Sanderson. Next, Stephen King. Um, so I read his book called On Writing, um, which is part memoir, part writing advice, which I think is just a really cool way to format a book. And one of the things that he said that really stuck out to me is that on some days it's really easy for him to write, and on other days it's really hard for him to write. So you might sit down for like a 4 hour writing session and crank out 2,000 words, or he might get 200 words because it's just not coming that day.
Mm-hmm.
But when he goes back to edit what he's written, he can't remember what he wrote on the easy days and what he wrote on the hard days. So that is good motivation that when you're having one of the hard days, if you can push through that, you're A, going to improve your skill as a writer by just having the discipline to work through tough things. And B, even if you're not producing as much as you would on an average day, the stuff that you produce is likely to still be good or be something that you can edit into something good. So that one was maybe a little less connected, but I've experienced it the same way, and I thought it was useful.
Yeah, definitely.
Third author, this is a woman named Anne Lamott. She wrote an amazing book called Bird by Bird. I think the subtitle is Advice for Writing and Life, and that's exactly what it is. I I don't know how else to describe it, but if you're at all interested in writing or life, I recommend this one. And she has a chapter of her book. Oh, but Barma says Ray Bradbury has a great book on writing. I'll have to check that out. Thanks for the recommendation. Um, so Anne Lamott has a kind of famous chapter I called "Shitty First Drafts," which is all about writing bad stuff and not caring that it's bad while you're writing it. So I think we've all had the experience of you have to write an essay for school and you're staring at a blank piece of paper and it's impossible. And one of the reasons it's so hard is that subconsciously, um, you you want each sentence you write to be good, and so you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. And so the whole concept behind shitty first drafts is you just bang it out. The purpose of a first draft is to exist so that you can write a good second draft. And that helped me through grad school. That helps me today in my work when I'm either writing code or like planning meetings or preparing any written documentation. And it helps me a ton when I'm writing short stories or novels. Ooh, Cyber Surfer says that they're reading that one right now. Oh my goodness, what are the odds? That's crazy. I hope you're enjoying it. And last but not least, I've got Neil Gaiman. So he's got a masterclass that I was able to take. Masterclass is overpriced. I've twice in my life I've managed to get year-long subscriptions for free, and so I don't recommend masterclass unless you can get it at at a large discount like I did. Um, but his masterclass was really enjoyable, and the analogy that he used is that to imagine that you have a pen that has an infinite number of good words in it and some bad words stuck in it as well. And the only way to get to the good words is to get through the bad words. So when you're writing, if you're writing and you feel like your writing isn't good, instead of thinking, "Oh no, my writing isn't good," think that you're just getting through the bad words, and you have to do that in order to get to the good words behind them. And I just love that analogy, making the journey be like a valuable part of the process and an unavoidable part of the process, instead of just like your lame first state that you have to start in. So that is my advice on writing from me and for people that know a lot more than me. Hopefully that was interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I think, as with so much advice given by people who are experts in their field, it applies to writing, but it applies to everything in a way.
Hmm.
And I don't know, trusting the process and being okay with just letting it exist, letting your work exist the way that it is, has been huge for me in writing music as well. So, yeah, very cool.
Nice. But Barma asked for the title of Anne's book again. So it's Anne Lamott, Bird by Bird. And just to go through the other ones again. So Brandon Sanderson has a writing class that is all on YouTube if you want to watch his lectures. Stephen King has a memoir slash writing advice book called On Writing. He's had a fascinating life. I haven't read any of his other books, but I really enjoyed that one. So that's On Writing by Stephen King, Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott, and Neil Gaiman has a master class. He also teaches at Oxford, I want to say, so maybe get into Oxford and take his class there.
Just get into Oxford if you're interested in hearing more from Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, that makes the master class subscription fee sound almost reasonable. Okay, it's getting pretty late. Do you want to do our little donation ritual?
Yeah. Should we? Yeah, we'll do it now. Hopefully, we can make it back to bed in time.
Okay. We could go to sleep and just start it on a new day.
But then it won't save. I'm on my way.
Okay, we got a lot of items, so I think we should go to sleep, do the donation ritual, then go right to back to bed and just kind of like waste that day.
Okay, sounds good.
My goodness, we had so many eggs today. I haven't been able to mayo them all. Maybe I've been avoiding mayo because of those descriptions. Oh shoot, but this day is a Saturday.
That's okay. We can do
You
it.
you donate and I'll run to the desert
Okay,
to do the stuff we need to do there.
cool. Did you put
So
the
we've
peach and
got,
everything in the chest?
yeah, everything's in the
Awesome.
chest. We need to donate 10 hay. We have 8 silver star hay and 2 other hay. I think they're gold star. Um I don't know if you can donate them all or if they all need to be the same quality in order to like get them in the slot.
Okay.
So do your best on that.
Question for you, Berkeley.
Yes, sir.
A little text came up saying a strange sound was heard in the night.
Yeah, I saw that too. I don't know what that means.
Okay. Okay. Well, off to donate. And shout out to my parents for the controller I'm using today. My old controller
Oh,
was
nice.
broken, and my new controller is not broken. And it's funny how that makes a big difference when you're trying to use it on a stream.
Control Alt and Delete says maybe alien pod on the farm. That would be super cool. I've never gotten to alien before.
What is an alien pod?
It's just like a little UFO escape pod that lands in town or lands on the farm.
Chef's bundle complete.
Yay!
Okay, yeah, so the wheat takes the star rating away when you add it. So fodder bundle almost complete. We still need apples.
Nice.
Enchanter's bundle we have wine for. And we need a pomegranate, which will be fall. And then dye bundle, we've got a cabbage for. Dye bundle complete.
Yes. This is awesome.
And we got a little gift down here. Cake and seed maker.
Nice. Ooh, seed maker is great.
Yes.
That is another way that we'll be able to get winter seeds if for some reason we're not able to trade for enough winter seeds. We can put a winter root in the seed maker and it'll give us winter seeds. There's also lots of other cool stuff you can do with the seed maker that might not apply as much since we're doing a no-tool run. So farming isn't as important for us. But if we want to, once we get the, what's it called? The greenhouse, we could get a little, what's it called? Ancient fruit farm going.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That would be very profitable.
Artisan bundle complete. And we got a keg.
Nice.
So now we need summer crops, quality crops, and foraging. Yep, winter foraging, construction, and the fodder bundle, and one more, and I'm trying to remember what that one is. Enchanter's bundle. 4 left. We're very close.
Nice.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're doing really good. I think we've got good chances of finishing in year one. Or not year one, it's already year two. We've got zero chances of finishing in year one. I think we've got good chances of finishing in year two.
People like cake, right?
I like cake.
Well, as a gift, I could give cake to lots of people.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head who.
Okay.
Um, so Scamble in the chat asks, how do you plant without a star because Twitch bleeps out
Censors.
the word hoe,
Oh,
which is hilarious. How do you plant without a hoe? So we use bombs to till soil. Cherry bombs do everything that we would need a hoe for.
it is destructive, and as you can see, difficult to make consistent patterns with. So that explains the general chaos you can see going on here.
Yep. Yeah, we've got 37 winter seeds. So we are in a great spot to get that snow yam.
I'm gonna put the seed maker down, and I'm gonna put it down up here by our kegs.
Cool. Oh my goodness, we've got a tomato too. I'm gonna go donate this tomato and then go to bed.
All right.
Sorry, this stream's going on longer than normal. I hope everyone's okay. Hopefully you're chilling in your pajamas with a big bowl of popcorn. Or doing whatever else you do
A mug of
Thursday night.
steaming dino mayonnaise. Mmm.
Ugh.
Warm cut
Yuck.
grass and warm leather smell. Delicious.
Okay, tomatoes donated. Wow,
Excellent. Which bundle was that?
that was summer crops.
Summer crops. So then melon and blueberry. All right. Well, I'm going to use my warp totem. No, I should probably save that. I got a warp totem in the mine that takes me back to the farmhouse. And I'm itching to use it, but I should probably save it for some time when I'm in the mine and coming home late.
Yeah, probably a good idea to save it. Oh, one other tip that I saw in speedruns is if you level up and then you pass out on the same day, you don't get the like disadvantage the next day. Like you don't start the next day exhausted.
Hmm.
So people that try to speedrun getting to level 50 or level 120 in the mines, um, if they have leveled up that day, they can just keep on mining until they pass out, and it doesn't give them any consequences. I mean, they lose the items, but you usually don't care about that
But your
on those
energy
runs.
level maintains.
Hmm. Okay, I'm feeling really good about this. Uh, we're we're set up well. The only hard things left are the hardwood and the snow yam, and then other stuff we're just waiting for.
Yeah, not a bad setup. I think we're in a good spot to get the snow yam pretty easily. I don't think that'll
Yeah,
be too rough now that we know what we're doing.
yeah. We've got 37 winter seeds, and each one has a 25% chance of giving us a snow yam. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. This has been an awesome journey. We've been having a blast from the start, and so fun to have so many people here, especially active in the chat. Just really, really appreciate you being here, helping us take down Big Tool. We're doing this together, group effort. As always, you can follow us on Instagram or on YouTube or on Twitch or all three or any combination of the three. Links to all of those are in the link tree in our bio on Twitch or in the video description if you're watching this on YouTube. I'd love to chat with you and hear what you think about what we're doing or what you think about anything. Give us your opinions. DM
Yeah,
them to us.
DM us your trivia too. We'd love to
Yeah.
talk about it because I know nothing, and at this point, it's almost willful. All right. Well, thanks for coming out. Thanks for talking with us, and we'll catch you next week on Anti Tools Farm.
Bye.
Bye.